How much are you asking?
I'm asking $6,000.
This elderly gentleman walks into the pawn shop to sell a porcelain bowl from 1795 belonging to the Chinese Emperor Qianlong.
You know, I just love everything about this. I mean, remember, this was done with no power tools. There was no massive temperature controls or anything like that. You know, it was more of an art than a science.
The elderly gentleman explains that this was left to him by his father. He admits he doesn't know much about the porcelain, but facing a rent payment, he has come to the pawn shop to sell it. Rick notes that in the 17th and 18th century Europe, people were fascinated by Chinese porcelain. The Chinese were extremely secretive about their glaze recipes, firing methods, and overall craftsmanship. Rick mentions that Asian ceramics have always appealed to him, though he has never truly studied them in depth. If this is indeed authentic Chinese porcelain from over 200 years ago, it would be the finest piece he has ever had in his shop.
If you don't mind, I'd like to have a friend come down. He's an expert in Asian antiquities. He will know everything there is to know about it.
Good.
Wow. This is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of Chinese ceramic.
Rick calls in an expert. The expert states that this is a gorgeous, gorgeous piece of Chinese ceramic. He asks, "Do you see the iridescence on that bowl?" He explains that this sheen was actually created by grinding pearls and adding the powder into the glaze itself. Then, he picks up the bowl to examine the bottom. He reveals that upon looking at the mark, this is not a bowl from the Qianlong period. Instead, it belongs to his son, Emperor Jia King. However, Rick is most concerned about the price, so he asks,
All right, so what do you think it's worth?
Okay, so I'm going to say a good, solid wholesale price on it would be...
The final price is insane. Part 2 is up.